Pro Football Network, NFL offensive line rankings entering Week 10 this week in the NFL. Lions 1, Chiefs 2, Eagles 3. Browns used to be in that little corridor there. Now they're down at 25. The seams are showing along the Browns' offensive line. Bill Callahan left this offseason, depriving the Browns of one of the game's top offensive line coaches. Jameis Winston under center for the Browns instead of Deshaun Watson. Cleveland's front five could rebound over the back half of the season. Yeah, but again, it just looks different. If you go back and you watch, they're not moving anybody off the line of scrimmage, and they used to do that. It used to be 2-3 yards they were moving them off the line of scrimmage.
I'm in the process right now of actually writing up an areas they need to evaluate over the final 8 games, and the offensive line is, for me, it's paramount. Because if you look at what the reason this team's been at least consistent since 2020 is they've won on both sides of the line of scrimmage in the trenches. They've lost that ability in the offensive line. Like you said, there's no push, there's no physicality. And part of that is scheme because in Stefanski's system, everything looks the same. So defensive linemen don't just tee off. They don't know. They're trying to read the play out, So when it's more definitive what's going on, these guys are losing their one-on-one matchups. And we're starting to move players around. I really like the fact that they're going to get DeWanda a long, extensive look at left tackle. Because if you can knock that off your wish list, that is a huge burden that you have over you right now that you almost get forced when you go into a draft if you need a left tackle we got to get this position. 1 or 2 rounds you have to. Now, they may still have to, but they also have to think about guard. They got guys that are aging out. They need a center next year. They have to retool this offensive line, and they have to decide over these final 8 games which guys are going to be here in 2025. And for me, like you said, man, to be in that top 8 to top 5 for 4 straight seasons, it's you kind of get used to that. And then when that's taken from you, you can just see how it hampers your team and your inability to stay ahead of the sticks and protect quarterbacks on third downs. The article, though, they're correct. Just Winston being on the field, at least the ball is going to come out on time. They're going to know where he's at in the pocket, so it'll start to look more like a traditional drop back quarterback, getting rid of the ball and timing offense, than have to hold your block and then the pocket moves on you without you knowing, and then your guy's out of position. You get called for a hold. There's just a lot more variables when you have an erratic running quarterback, not even running in the sense of running for first downs, just scrambling all the time and moving the pocket on you. So at least this offensive line will be able to get in sort of a groove. Hopefully these 5 can stay healthy enough to build some cohesion so you can see what actually works.